Hey guys, welcome back. This is Random Access Reloaded, and today we're shaking things up by switching from a single person podcast to having a dual host podcast or co-host. I bring to you today GreenBuff here, GreenBuffOP. He will be the co-pilot, co-captain of this show moving forward, and in the future we'll have additional guests on discussing various gaming, streamer, drama news, and then also a little bit of League of Legends update, since we both play League of Legends pretty often. So that's what's going on. We're gonna be doing this every week. It's gonna be a weekly show. We're still nailing down the cadence on that, but hopefully we could do these on Wednesdays. Again, we'll keep everybody posted, but the anticipated release schedule for this is going to be every Wednesday around the same time, with uploads to YouTube shortly thereafter. So give me like a day or two and I'll get those on YouTube. But yeah, let's get into the show. Let's get started. GreenBuff, before we kick things off, do you want to do a quick intro and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is GreenBuffOP. I play a lot of League of Legends and a little bit of Tarkov here and there. Yeah, you can catch me streaming pretty much every night, and yeah, it's been a long time friend. Steve's here. I don't know, how long have I actually even known you?
Bro, I was gonna ask that too. It's been a while, man. I want to say it's been at least 2, 3. I want to say probably 3 years.
Do you have follow age in your chat?
I do. And I was actually gonna click on your stream too. But yeah, let me know, because it's around the same time we started following each other. Let's see. It's 1 year, 10 months. I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was way longer than that. I could have sworn it had been 3 years. Okay, so basically 2 years. Basically 2 years we've known each other.
Basically.
And how long have you been streaming for?
It'll be 3 years this March, actually.
3 years in March, and it'll be 4 years in June for me. And we're doing this podcast in February 2021, in case anybody's wondering or looking at this in the future.
There we go.
So yeah, we've been doing this for a while, man. So we definitely have some opinions on this, and this is kind of the angle I want moving forward. Like we want to have guests on the podcast that are going to have strong opinions, strong just in general, just strong-minded, very opinionated, and controversy is always welcome as well. So that's what we're looking for. Again, we're talking about streamer drama, streamer news, gaming news, gaming drama, and anything and everything in between, and obviously sprinkling in of our own personal experiences within the topics themselves. So with that being said, let's jump into what our discussion is going to be today.
What are we starting with here? It was streamer news. I think it was is it Ascendichrist? How do you pronounce that name? I actually don't know.
It's Ashneychrist. But real quick, I just want to give over the heading, the topics of the flow of the conversation. Then we can jump into those specific topics in each. We're gonna be discussing streamer news, gamer news, and then a little bit of sprinkle of League of Legends news for all you League of Legends fanatics out there. So we'll hit that at the end. But that's gonna be the flow we have here. It may change as we progress throughout the podcast, but this is kind of our initial starting point with this, and we'll have various topics with each one of these categories depending on how busy or how slow the news is. So with that being said, yeah, we can jump right into what you were just saying. Ashneychrist Fallout. So real quick, I'm not sure many of you know who Ashneychrist is. Are you familiar with Ashneychrist, Firebuff? I mean GreenBuff. Gosh dang it! Why do I always say Fire? Damn it! I always fucking up.
Hey, it's good. It's good to know.
I love you, Firebuff. I love you, GreenBuff. I'm sorry.
It's good to know. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I've seen her around on like streamer Twitter and stuff, but like other than that, I've really never seen her. I never really like looked into her. Never watched her videos other than this like recently when kind of like looking up some of like the drama that's been going on.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is
really
good
about my knowledge of her. That's about my
that's perfect. I want to give a quick background for everybody watching that may not know who Ashneychrist is and why we should care about that. Ashneychrist has been streaming on the Twitch platform for many years, and she had struggled in her initial attempt at becoming a partner on Twitch years ago, and she documents all this in her journey and becoming a partner. A few years ago, I want to say back in 2017, she ended up getting partnered. It was a big deal. She did it within like a few months, which is pretty fast. Like she went from just affiliate to partner after coming back from not streaming for a while, and she got partnered extremely fast. And she spun that off into becoming a stream coach for people because of how quickly, how good her success was at that time. Everybody, so she's like, okay, I'm going to parlay this into a stream coaching opportunity for myself, where I teach other people the pros and cons of streaming and what you can do to kind of differentiate yourself from the group. and grow a streaming audience, right? So that was her whole shtick. She was doing coaching for people like say me or Firebuff wanting to become partners. We're both not partners, we're both affiliates. And she wanted to bank on that, on doing that coaching advice. So basically there was some huge fallout that happened recently that kind of shattered the entire world of like the Ashley Christ ecosystem. So all the people that followed Ashley Christ and had loved her for all these years, well, apparently she had a big falling out with a lot of people that supported her. And the news came out that she had this thing called Project Partner, basically meaning that she had probably like 70 to 80 people like basically view botting for her in her channel to boost her to partnership. And that is why she was able to obtain partners so quickly. Multiple people have went on the record to say, yes, this did happen. She basically got a group of people together and promised them a lot of things to help her get partner. And those things never came true. And people got burnt, got a little butt hurt, and got upset about the whole situation. So basically they've kind of outed Ashley Christ here a little bit, exposed her for being a fake, for being someone who was able to come up really quickly, like organically, which was obviously not the case. And that leads me to the more pressing question, or the more controversial topic. What do you think about stream coaching, man? Do you think it's good or bad? Should people charge for stream coaching? First and foremost, let's talk about stream coaching itself, and then we can talk about if people should charge for it or not.
I think like a one-on-one, like hey, I'll do a VOD review or two of yours, maybe I'll come into a live chat here and there and give you some feedback, things like that on what they notice. I think that could definitely have benefits, but full on like coaching, like I don't know, there's so much like free content out there that tells you like what to do, what not to do with streaming and whatnot, in my opinion. But I do agree with, to an extent, that like I said, like the one-on-one like VOD reviews, things like that, like just giving tips to your stream a little bit, that I think that could definitely be beneficial. But full-on coaching, I'm not a huge fan of personally. But
okay, yeah, so that's okay. We are definitely in the same boat there. I wasn't sure what your opinion was going to be of that, so I'm glad we're both like kind of treading the same way. I also agree that there are so many free resources out there that it doesn't really make sense to charge somebody for coaching unless you're giving really, really specific customized coaching to a person. And even then, I don't know what that price would be, because there's no guarantee at the end of the day that that's going to lead you to success.
Exactly.
Streaming is so subjective. People like you for really different reasons, and they dislike you for many other different reasons, and it's each person is different. There's no formulaic process to this. It's more of an art form, and obviously it's entertainment, so it is art, but it's more art than math. You know what I mean? You can't just come up with a formula and automatically be successful if you follow X, Y, and Z. It's not that simple. If it was that simple, I think GreenBuff and I would be freaking partner by now, and I think that would already be the case, because we've already did our homework on this. We've looked at all the free resources out there and looked at what works and what doesn't work. And so I'm in the same boat with you, man. I really think that if someone is telling you that you need to pay them to coach you on how to become a better streamer, I would question the reasoning behind that. I would question the success that person's had within coaching other persons. Ask them for proof of concept of like, okay,
oh my god,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So okay, so like with all the Ashley Christ stuff going on, like in the Twitter threads and the Twitter drama, I was looking at some of the threads and stuff, and this one person who's actually verified on Twitter and was actually like a stream manager or something for, I can't remember who it was. It's a partner streamer who has like over 100,000 followers, things like that. So like well versed in community management, as well as she does other things for other people. Basically, she was talking to Ashley Christ, like,
I know who you're talking about.
Where's like these resources? Where's these sources for all these like statistics and all stuff? And like I even commented on, like I replied to her. I was like, I don't know who you are, but you're fucking boss. Like what the fuck? And that was so cool. And
I think her name was Shannon, right? I think she's Sacriel's like wife, I believe, and she used to work at Twitch.
Sacriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She
So,
used
like,
to work at Twitch, dude. So she's all about analytics and statistics.
she knows what she's talking
Yeah,
about. And
100%.
so, like, and then she's calling her out, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just kind of worried that you're charging people, and like you're calling like all these like statistics and like this data out that you have, but you don't have anything actually compiled, or like you don't have any actual sources and stuff like that." And she really just didn't really have anything to say other than like, "Oh, I'm just busy, I can't put it together," things like that.
Yeah,
It's
like
wow,
blowing it off and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing too about the whole Ashton Christ situation, and again, this is not to really shit on Ashton Christ, it's just to raise awareness about stream coaching in general. But the other shitty thing that she did do that I will call out that I don't think anybody should do is like making empty promises to people on supporting them.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if people are gonna sit there and support her to become partner, and she just like leaves them out to the wind and says "F you guys," or like "I don't have time for you right now," or just kind of ghost people, that's pretty fucked up. And
I would say, oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut
no,
you off.
no, that's all. That was my thought.
Okay. So I was gonna say, like, I did look at a few of the people that were part of the project partner, and like a few of them are actually our partner now.
Yeah. They said that they actually did the opposite of what her advice was and became partner because they did the opposite of what she said to do.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that they became partner like through the project partner. I just thought it was like, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that they ended up becoming partner.
Yeah.
In the end, despite
despite
getting
all
over
that,
like that.
yeah, despite all that shit, it is crazy, man. It's super crazy how all that like turned out. Like, and this is advice for anybody out here watching us right now, and maybe they're trying to jump into the streaming, and maybe you don't know what to do. Use all your free resources first, please. Use every free resource that you have available to yourself. Use those first and foremost before you pay $1 for anything.
YouTube University, baby.
YouTube University. Google University, man. You can Google things to find stuff easier, even documents and stuff like that too. The only thing that I would say you'd want to pay for, and even then it doesn't guarantee any success, would be access to companies or game developers, or access to things that you wouldn't otherwise have access to. So if there's a network of people that are going to be valuable to you, then that would be something you want to pay for. But you don't want to do that as a starting streamer, because you're not adding any value to those people. You're not bringing in viewership. You're not helping them get eyes on their products. You're not helping sell their products or anything. You're not doing any of that stuff. So first and foremost, establish yourself. Use the free resources to establish yourself. Get a community going, and then if you feel like you need to pay for some services, streaming services, I would say look for those streaming services that are going to give you access to other resources that you may not otherwise have access to, or may be lost. I'm finding like sponsorships, game developers, industry people, you know what I mean? Like if you have access to those people and they provide opportunities like mixers and stuff like that for you by purchasing like membership or something like that, then that could be okay. But straight up trying to get like basic streaming advice and trying to grow your stream from 0 to 75, like you can look that up online. There's so many free resources out there. like GreenBuff said, YouTube University, baby. YouTube all the way.
Yeah, and like I just also the fact that she just like the way with the project partner, just like that, some just didn't sit right with me. Like the whole fact that like
it's crazy.
If you do this methodically, you're going to get this. You know, it's like I don't think that's in the case in any instance. With like I don't know. I just didn't like that whole like thing behind it either.
It's very sleazy. It's very, very sleazy to me. So yeah, I definitely am not with that. But yeah, I mean that's what I want to cover with that. I mean, any final thoughts on the stream coaching thing before we move on?
No, not really. No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm good too. All right, so the next topic that we have is an update about a teen streamer streaming for 2,070 consecutive days in a row. Now, first off, I want to say you've been going pretty hard lately. I respect the grind, bro. It's looking really sexy. But can you imagine yourself streaming for 2,070 days straight with no break?
I mean, there's like he has breaks in like streams. Like it's just once every day, right?
Yeah. Once a day. Once a day, but still every single day. Every single day.
I want to know how many days I've taken off in the last 2 years.
I think you can look that up. I think you can look that up. If you look back at your
I've streamed like almost every fucking day, man.
If you look at your dashboard, you can count up how many streams you've had, and then obviously subtract that from 365, and you can see how many you've missed in a year. So I would say try that later and let me know, because I'm curious too. I missed a lot because last year was a bad year for me, so I missed a ton of streams, which is like unprecedented for me in like the 3 years that I've been streaming. But I cannot imagine streaming for 2,070 consecutive days with no break. That would make me.
There's one guy that has like a 24/7 stream that's been going on for like over a year. I'm pretty.
But does he have other people stream? Does he?
No, he streams when he sleeps. Everything, dude.
I mean, okay, so he's basically the Truman Show. Is that what you're saying? He's literally the Truman Show, where he's just his whole life is broadcast, or what?
Yeah. So like, I forgot what it was. I remember seeing it a little while back, but yeah, he's live. He's just always live, and like
that's
he transfers
wild,
the stream from this PC to his phone when he needs to.
That's so crazy. Always on, dude. Always on. I guess if you have the freedom and the financial flexibility to do so, because like for most of us, we have to work or go to school in addition to streaming, in addition to our streaming aspirations. That's reality for a lot of people. So imagine school and work stress on top of like streaming every single day, and then the stress that comes with streaming, because streaming can be mentally draining as well, especially when you're playing League of Legends. So I couldn't stream League of Legends for 2,070 consecutive days. I would go crazy. But
I mean, you have to mix it up.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you definitely have to have a different game for sure. If he has, maybe he's playing Minecraft or something, or maybe selling like a relaxing game or something. Maybe Stardew Valley or something. But like. I couldn't imagine him playing like a FPS or like League of Legends like for that amount of time. Like he definitely has to switch it up, and I wonder if he just has regular streams where he doesn't play games. But I guess the big question here is, what do you think the pros and cons are to streaming more often or less often? Like what do you, in your opinion, since you probably stream more than I do, what do you think the pros are?
I've always heard, like stream less is better and whatnot, and honestly that probably is better. Some people like having that little bit of scarcity, not every day of the week, it gives people kind of like hey, I want to watch and whatnot. But for me, I'm just like, I'm fucking gaming anyway, so like I'm just might as well fucking stream it.
That's true.
So,
that's a good point. You're gonna do it, so might as well turn on the camera and do it in front of an audience, right?
Exactly.
Makes
and
sense.
like I've come to just like really enjoy it, and like over the years I've streamed, especially living in Oregon and now living in the Midwest, 2 different time zones by 2 hours. There's people of all time zones, like whenever, all time of the day, basically I can count on people being in chat and hanging out, and I just think that's really fucking cool, and even in whatever game pretty much as well. So I think that's just I don't know, there's definitely I think there's definitely pros and cons to both sides in a way. But
what do you think the cons are? Because you've hit a lot of the pros, like on you might as well make it productive if you're gonna game. So what would be the con to streaming more often?
So what I see a lot of people say is that you're gonna get super burnt out and stuff real quick, and that's like the biggest one I feel like I hear from people talking about it. But I mean, like personally, I remember there was some Twitter drama for like a year ago. I remember you actually commented on it, Steve. We were
I'm always on
talking
the Twitter drama.
bro, I was like, I was in it with someone, and this is more when I was more like, I don't know, I was always commenting on fucking people's shit. But
hey, this is why you're the perfect co-host, man, because you have an opinion, and I like it. You don't care if your opinion isn't the popular opinion. You say what you got to say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I respect that for sure.
But yeah, so it was I just people were saying like you can get burnt out and whatnot, and it's just like personally I've never felt burnout really, like I said, because I feel like if I'm gaming anyway. So but that's one con I feel like I hear a lot of the times. They say like I said, like if you're streaming a lot, like they say that almost like you're saturating yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like it's oversaturated. You're oversaturating the market with yourself, which it does make sense because there's a scarcity, like supply and demand also does kick in.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my take on the thing is the pro is that you're from a streaming perspective. If you're only doing streaming, then you always need to be on, so that way you're finding new viewers to replace viewers that don't come to the stream anymore. Because you in the life of streaming, you're always gaining and losing people in your community. Like it feels like every day. So you'll find that you'll gain a new follower, a new viewer, and then you'll probably lose a viewer, and you're just kind of cycling in and out people through your community throughout the time. So the pro of always streaming is that you always have that influx of people always coming in, and if you're streaming at a consistent time each day, then people know when to find you, and then it's just easier to kind of snowball that a little bit and get a decent following and group of people watching you. The other thing is you have more opportunity to network with other people, other streamers. I mean, if you're on all the time and these other streamers come on and go off, well, who are they going to host? They're going to host the person that's on longer than them. So like, obviously if I'm on and I'm streaming late and I see GreenBuff still on after me, I'm going to host him. And you start catching a lot of hosts and raids from fellow friends, and also opportunity to meet new streamers. Sometimes streamers host or raid random people too, and you're in that position to do so. So I think that there's a lot of pros to that. And like you said earlier, from a productivity standpoint, you're going to be gaming anyways. I mean, I game all the time regardless. And why not put a stream on for it? Why not grow your community? Why not work on your community while you're playing the game anyways, and make it worthwhile? You're knocking out two birds with one stone. You're entertaining yourself by playing the game, and you're also growing your community at the same time. So definitely a dual purpose there. The cons to this though, you touched on this earlier, definitely burnout. If you're always streaming like every day, you may not be diversifying your content. Hence why I'm doing this podcast, because I want to diversify my content and put that out there on YouTube and actually have some decent content on YouTube. Diversifying content becomes a lot harder because you have less hours in the day to actually work on other things besides streaming. So I think that's the huge con for me specifically. Like, even if I had the time to stream all the time, I don't think I would, because I would want to diversify in other areas. So like I noticed that you just did a TikTok recently. I think that's a cool way to diversify your content as well. So
I was gonna mention that that as I started doing TikTok recently, but like I do like you, I want to get into the YouTube game as well. So I've honestly been thinking about knocking it down to 6 days a week and having one day dedicated to possibly just doing video editing and just maybe doing like a week of highlights from the stream on all games I'm playing, or maybe do one for each game I'm playing, because I try to even it out with League and Tarkov for the most part myself. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off or anything.
I'm just agreeing with you. That's good. That's a good that you have that in the back of your mind, and you're already diversifying your content with TikTok and things like that. So I mean, you're really active on just talking about your content specifically. I see that you're always active on Twitter. You're always active on Instagram. You're always obviously on Twitch, so you have that rotation going. It's just diversifying that additional content there is going to help us like discover more people. Because what's the biggest issue with Twitch right now, obviously, is discoverability, especially for small content creators like ourselves. Not being able to be found by new people that may actually like what you're saying or doing is a struggle. And although Twitch has made a lot of strides in recent years to help with discoverability, it still remains a large issue. And then when you're not streaming, your videos and all your content isn't really helping you be discovered. So that's why having a YouTube presence that is always on and always advertising for you is such a crucial piece of the pie to help grow your stream community. At the end of the day, Twitch is going to be your number one. It's my number one for sure. But if you're not always advertising it in some place, then it's really hard to continue growing and snowballing that. So it's really tough.
I will say I feel like TikTok's been helping. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly feel like it has. I honestly feel like every now and then, especially with Tarkov a little bit, because I'm posting a lot of Tarkov clips on there. And before, it was definitely League was my more main game, and now that plays some more like Tarkov clips on there and whatnot. I feel like I've also made a lot more Tarkov friends as well, into like the Tarkov Discord, kind of been networking a little bit there. But like, it's I feel like it is helping. It really does help.
Right. I think you're on the right path, and I think that goes back to this guy streaming 2,070 consecutive days in a row. Like, that's insane. if he's not also diversifying the content as he streams for that amount of time, then I feel like he's burning the candle at both ends. If you've heard that story, if you've heard that saying before, where you're burning yourself out on both ends, like you're streaming a ton of hours and you're also not diversifying that content. You're pigeonhole yourself into like the streaming space. So I think at the end of the day, anybody that's getting into streaming or has been streaming for a while and maybe hasn't diversified their content, like me, it's about time to start getting out there and getting stuff out there, man. Okay, get out there and make some videos, make some quick TikToks, and make some Twitter content. You know, like get out there and make any content, whatever platform you're most comfortable on social media. Get out there and start making content for it. You don't have to be on every single platform, but you do need to be on other platforms other than Twitch, in order to grow your content. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna start TikTok and just start doing dances. Okay, guys, I'm gonna like boomer
TikTok dances,
boomer dances, and I'm just gonna start posting the boomer dances for everybody. So I'm gonna do like the popular dances, but doing boomer style, and then we'll see what happens with that. So I think it'll be good. You guys are welcome for that idea. All right. So the next topic we have is Yassuo. Big streamer Yassuo and his super like crazy drama with his ex-girlfriend. Have you guys heard about this? Have you guys heard about the crazy drama with Yasuo's ex-girlfriend? First of all, do people know who Yassuo is? First and foremost, I want to make sure everybody knows who that is. You know who he is. Okay, cool. And chat, I hope you guys know. Let me just do a quick like intro of who he is, so you guys know. Yassuo, he's a huge League of Legends streamer. It was a pretty damn good Yasuo player, hence his name. That's how he got known. He's done a lot of Twitch rivals against Tyler 1, which helped obviously grow his popularity as well. He's been challenger for many years in the past too in League of Legends scene, which challenger is like the highest rank he could be in case you don't play League. So he's a well-known guy in the streaming industry. He pulls in thousands of viewers every stream. And he's had some crazy drama with his ex recently, man. And the most recent story was his ex had sent him a cease and desist letter because he was talking about some of the crazy stuff that was going on with his ex and stuff like that. And she basically sent him a cease and desist letter to take down all the content related to like what he was discussing. And basically that cease and desist letter was fake. And she was sending out like cease and desist letters to like all these different content creators who were making content about the situation. And Yasuo like looked it up because it was really obvious. Like he looked at the letter and everything. He had a whole YouTube response to everything. And he basically found out that this whole law firm that was sending the cease and desist letter didn't exist. They went to the address on the law firm that wasn't even there. They called the law firm that actually was on the letterhead, and it was the law firm in Canada, not even in LA. And so all this shit was fake. Long story short, this chick went to. We are back, and we're discussing crazy people.
Oh yeah,
we're discussing crazy people. I don't know if did you finish like describing it, or did you know what was going on with the whole situation?
Yeah. I remember. I looked into it a little bit, and so you gave a pretty good explanation right there. Goddamn, I feel like something's in my eye right now. Sorry. But I mean, can she get in trouble for that? I mean, I feel like she's gonna get in legal trouble.
Yeah, you can definitely get in trouble for that. For sure, you can get.
That's forging illegal documents. Like you can't fucking do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're literally forging legal documentation to like pressure somebody to deleting their content that is their livelihood, basically.
As damn near blackmail.
Yeah, so that's literally what it is. And so like there was a whole situation. He exposed her. He put it on social media and it basically exposed her for the fraud that she was. Which the whole point of this conversation though was to discuss our own crazy stories that we've had. And so I want you to lead off with a crazy story. Do you have any? Let me ask you this. Actually, let me reframe that. Instead of crazy story, are there? How can I put this? How does personal drama impact streaming? Because like Mo had like really like specific instances where he said that. He didn't want to stream. He wasn't in a good headspace. He was very toxic. He just felt like he had a lot of negative energy and it came out in his streams, and his streams weren't that great. And then since the situation has like changed and he's no longer with her anymore, like his demeanor and everything has changed, and he feels a lot better. So like, do you have any like, how do you think personal drama impacts like streaming in general? And then are there any examples of that impacting you? You don't have to go into specifics, but just like how it's impacted you.
It definitely can. I mean, like, I think anything in life, I mean, that it can affect your mentals, you know, and you're trying to stream, it's definitely gonna show through that. So I mean, like, it could be anything, you know, but if you're just like, you know, maybe you don't, yeah, like there's like a what if, you know, you're like someone's, you know, like in the hospital or something like that, and you're just like waiting on an answer, and you're like I don't know, maybe that's like extreme. Maybe you'd probably stop the stream for that, you know?
Yeah, true.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's an extreme example. I'm just trying to think of like when you're waiting for an answer type of thing, or like just maybe something just happened recently that like it's just been affecting you, like, and you're depressed. I don't know. It definitely does show through. I can't think of any like specific personal examples or anything right now, but
And you don't necessarily need to go into specifics though, but like, how do you think that impacts like the value of your content that you're producing though? Like for me specifically, like I've gone through a lot of personal trauma that's been pretty decently public during my streaming career. Obviously, I lost my brother. Actually, the whole purpose of me starting streaming was in 2017. I had lost my grandpa, so I started streaming in 2017, and I lost my grandpa like a few months before that, and his passing made me kind of jump into streaming to begin with. So I took a tragedy and tried to turn it into a positive to kind of, you know, go after the things that I wanted to do in life, you know. And I'd always put off streaming like I couldn't do it. I always made excuses and put barriers in front of me to why I couldn't do it. So like personal tragedy pushed me and springboarded me into a positive atmosphere, but also there were situations in my personal life that caused me to like kind of spiral a little bit, where I lost my brother in 2019 and I didn't stream for like almost a whole month. And I wasn't sure I was going to stream again after that, because I didn't know like what kind of headspace I would be in. And just like, those are obviously devastating situations. There's even lesser devastating issues that come up in streaming, where like you may have a fight with your girlfriend, or you may have a fight with your family, or you may have a fight with your wife, or if you have children, your kids are like causing problems. Like in my situation, like I was going through a lot of personal stuff too, and that came out last year, and I noticed that I didn't have the energy or the desire to want to stream last year because of all the personal stuff I was going through, and obviously being stuck at home and not having a choice in it. And usually we don't mind being stuck at home because we're gamers and streamers and we don't mind it, but forcibly being stuck at home, not being able to do anything, and everything being shut down, it kind of gets to you after a while. And so all this stuff building up, it definitely impacts like your mental health at the end of the day. And it's important to kind of step back from that and understand there is a situation that you need to deal with and take care of, or just, if anything, at the very least, take a break from you know, doing these things until you're in a better headspace. So I mean, I understand where Mo's coming from in his situation, because he's coming out of a super toxic situation, and that just kind of seeps into everything else in your life. And I've had that happen to me before, where that has like seeped into everything else in my life, and it's kind of made other areas of my life not as good, you know.
Yeah, and I will say also, like, on the, because I mean, like,
my dog's streaming, sorry.
Yeah, like bringing negative emotions and like stuff like vibes to things like that to the stream is definitely going to show through. But I also like want to flip it up the other side is like, you can also have something like really good happen to you, you know, and like you just get like amped up, and like maybe you just get like really excited, and you're just in a really good fucking mood. You're like, oh man, I can't wait to, like, I'm gonna fucking kill it today. And then
it's true. It has the opposite effect too.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like there's definitely, you know,
or you know what else is another thing too. Like a good point you made, that bring it up. Like, what if you have a really good relationship with your girlfriend, or, you know, like, or somebody that you love, you know, and
you're fucking happy, you know?
Yeah, and you bring them into your stream and make them part of your stream. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's dangerous, obviously, because if things don't work out, then it's really awkward. But like bring them to be part of your stream and making them a part of your streams too. So that's another thing, another element to add too. But I mean, there's risk with that, but that's also a cool ass thing you could do too. You got a good point there. There's like momentum that you can build off of some of this stuff.
I would just say I haven't really ever like introduced anyone on stream, like any like partner of mine, and I'm like, if I ever do, I'm just saying, like, that's pretty. I feel like that's a pretty big step.
It is. It feels
like you're obviously married and stuff like that, so like it's all good. Like for me, it's like, you know, I just don't want to be like.
Well, my situation with my marriage has kind of taking a turn. So it is, like I was saying, you bring people on and then it becomes awkward. So that's personal experience.
Didn't know that.
Yo, hey, breaking news on here. No, it's been like that for like over a year now. So it's just been low key for about a year and a half. So yeah. But yeah,
No problem.
like I said, be careful. Whoever you bring on, just be careful because it gets awkward. It gets awkward, dude.
It's awkward right now, bro.
No, it's all good. It's like we're not.
No, it's fine. I know it's all good. All right, but no, for real. Yeah, I guess like I was saying though, it's definitely like you said, it's I feel like it's a big thing. You know, it's a big thing. This is a big part of like our lives, you know, and.
What do you say like bringing someone on your stream or introducing them to your stream would be like the equivalent of introducing them to your parents? Or is it even more personal than that?
Oh man, I almost want to like. I feel like it would be like. I feel like it would almost like truly like introducing them to the stream. I feel like would be like taking them to meet like your hometown like best friends.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Like not. I don't know. I'm just saying like I just feel like I just feel like it would be. I feel like it's a big thing for myself. Anyway, it may not be a big thing for other streamers. Other streamers might bring people on all the fucking time and be like, hey, this is this one this week, you know. But,
hey, that could be a bit too, like a little fucking player or something. You know what I mean? Like, this is my date this week. This is my TikTok. This is my Tinder date for this week. Like, you know, they can make it a thing.
It's like, hey, you want to have a Tinder date? We'll eat, you know, something.
Bro, that's a content thing right there. Like, you literally just like dating a new person each week or every so many weeks, and you're like introduce them to the stream, and you have to do it. They have to do an interview with their stream or something. Like, that'd be a good content idea too, right? Maybe that might be drama.
Yeah, that could definitely bring a lot of drama. I feel like, you know, it just. I feel like that could just be all. I don't know. I like the idea. There's an idea there that can definitely be cultivated into something great. I can definitely feel that. I can definitely see that. But my thing is like, what if you just start like, what if you actually start like, what if you got like really liked one of them, but like you still want to continue the bit? Would you just like?
That would get awkward. That would be super awkward too, dude. Like you would have to like date them but not catch feelings. Like go on a date, like just like platonic date, like nothing sleazy, you know what I mean? Because then your rep is gonna go on the toilet for being this sleazy person. But just like taking them on like dates to like random things, and then like the first step of going on a date with somebody would be like you have to like do an interview with my stream, and I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions on my stream. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of crazy. Like it could be like an IRL stream, so they don't go like your house and shit, which would make it awkward. But like you do it outside or at a public location while you're on the date, and you're like interview them while you're on the date with them. That'd be kind of funny, but it would be weird because then not everybody's down to be on like a stream, you know.
Yeah, you'd have to be okay with it.
That would be like the filtering process. That would be like the filtering process. Like you have to be on my stream. If you don't want to be on my stream, then we're not going on a date. You know. That should be crazy.
Put that in the bio, you know. Oh my god.
Hey, down the stream? Are you DTS?
DTS. I like it.
All right. So the next topic we have, we're gonna switch things up here. We're gonna talk about gaming news. There's been a few things going on in gaming. And I do have a few things to add here. And if you have anything else to add in addition to what we have on our agenda, feel free to drop it in here. But the first thing I wanted to start off with was Valheim, dude. Valheim has been killing it on Twitch lately, dude.
Blowing up.
It is insane. Have you played Valheim yet?
I haven't actually played it yet.
Oh my god, are you serious? Yes. Oh my god, that game is great. I'm actually gonna play it tomorrow. Dude, Paul's playing it right now. Hell yeah, Paul.
Friends even hitting me up saying like, "Hey, we should play this. You should get it."
So good, so good. I recommend it.
I getting it last week, but I had a couple friends tell me like, "Hey, this game just came out. Let's fucking get it and play." And I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't know, but.
Have you watched any streams on Valheim or anything like that?
I've watched a few streams here and there, and I've seen a couple like videos here and there as well. And the map looks like it's pretty big. Like there's a lot to explore.
Dude, it's enormous, enormous.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I might end up getting it. If I do, I will definitely let you know.
Dude, we definitely could get a sesh together too, because we could play on each other's worlds. It is so good. The map is freaking huge. I didn't realize it was that big, Wizzy. It's humongous. And real quick, I'll just say this: Valheim is a game for anybody that likes crafting, anybody that likes like PvE fighting. anybody that likes like progression and exploration. It's literally like an exploration game, like tied to a crafting system, tied to like a PvE game that's pretty decently put together. And all these systems work pretty damn good for it being an early access game. And it's obviously doing pretty well as a game because they've sold over 2 million copies as the time of this show has been put on. 2 million copies for an early access game.
Hasn't it been like a week or two?
Bro, it came out at the beginning of February. It came out like February 2nd. So it's been 3 weeks. It's been out for 3 weeks and sold over 2 million already. 2 million copies, dude.
Yeah, that's insane.
Insane. Everybody from the largest of the large streamers are streaming it, and even all the way down, obviously, to like the smaller streamers. Like everybody's streaming it. The game is still maintaining a decent viewership after 3 weeks as well. And one of the redeeming factors for this thing and why it's so like, I guess, viewer like friendly is that each world is procedurally generated. So when you spawn in a world in your own world, it's not going to be the same as mine. So your world, GreenBuff, is going to be completely different than mine. So
kind of like Minecraft a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, the bosses are the same. I mean, the way you beat the bosses is the same, but finding the bosses and getting the stuff you need to like access those bosses, no spoilers. It's all done differently. And the way in like the exploration piece of it's different. Like it completely procedurally generated maps.
I just had to fucking get this.
Wizzy, I recommend it for sure. It is really good, and you can play up to 10 players with you, so you can get 10 of your homies together, 9 of your homies together, and play on the same server, and you guys can play together. And if you want to do a dedicated server, you can pay like I think like 10 to like $15 a month for a dedicated server that's always on. So even when you're not on, people can progress in your world, and you can build stuff up. Or if you just want to play on the free servers that that have available, then whoever the host of that server is can always just boot it up, and you guys can all designate a time to play together. So it'd be perfect.
That's crazy. People say it's Rust plus Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. It is definitely minus the PvP in Rust though. There obviously Rust has a huge PvP element. It does have a lot of Minecraft feeling to it, and it does have like, I want to say kind of Zelda-esque feel to it because you're like a hack and slash kind of game. With like it has like a bow, hack and slash. There's like, I haven't gotten very far in it. I'm only on like the 3rd boss, but it's like it's got a pretty decent progression system, and the building feels good. The crafting feels good. It's a process. It's a survival game, so that means if you die, you lose all your stuff. But the good thing is your stuff doesn't disappear. It just stays right there wherever you died, and eventually you can go back and get it if you want. If you're strong enough to go back in there and get it, or you basically have to start over. So when you die, it's painful, which is what a survival game is, and it makes it more enjoyable. So you're running for your life, because if you die, you lose all your stuff you had.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good game. And the reason I want to talk about Valheim too, not only is that a good game, it's a slow month for gaming. January, February usually slower months for game releases, but I mean, it's in line with the whole survival game like genre kind of taking off. It started with Rust this year with all those RP servers that the big streamers are on, and now you see this early access indie game come out, Valheim, having a lot of success. What do you think the future of survival games are? Like, is there a mainstream appeal to survival games now because of this, or has there always been a mainstream appeal and just maybe not everybody was aware of it? I mean, like I have opinions, but I want to hear what you have to say about it.
I mean, I feel like everyone likes a good survival game, I mean, of course, everyone always goes back to Minecraft, be kind of like this is a basic thing, but I mean, I don't know if you ever played The Forest.
Yes,
The Forest.
I did. That game was good. That game was creepy as hell, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
That game got ruined for me though. That game actually got ruined for me. You know why? Because there were people that had played the game before, and they showed me exactly where to go to get like the OP weapons, and I just destroyed everything in that damn game. And they ruined the game for me because I was not scared of anything at that point, because I just freaking destroyed everything because I had like the really good weapons in that game.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. Because the maps aren't procedurally generated, so it's like where everything is once you played it a couple times,
Yeah, that is true. I wish it was like a bit more randomized.
Imagine it was procedurally generated. That'd be cool.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they did procedurally generate that. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I just don't. I don't think it might not be big enough for that. But back to the future survival games. There's honestly, before this, I mean, you had, like I said, you had Rust. You had like Daisy, Arma, I guess they're not really true survival games, but you also have like Ark and stuff, which are kind of survival.
Yeah.
Which I never really got into either Rust or Ark myself. I tried them, couldn't really get into it myself. Yeah, then you also have Tarkov, of course, which is
I mean, that
in my
is
opinion,
Tarkov's a
definitely survival
survival.
game.
Yeah, it's an FPS survival. I agree. Yeah,
You lose, you go in with your equipment, you die, you lose it all.
you lose it all.
And
That is
you know,
survival. That's a roguelike if you ask me, because like you literally die and you lose
yeah,
everything.
You die.
Yeah.
You lose everything. I mean, you can insure it, and if nobody loots it and takes it out of the raid, you can actually get it back. There's one map where you can't. But anyway,
Is that labs? Is that labs where you can't get it back?
Labs.
Yeah,
Labs
yeah. I've been watching your streams, man. I've been paying attention.
There you go.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right in regards to like there are other survival games out there, but I don't necessarily think they've had like the same mainstream appeal. Like Rust has been out for years and it's barely just now blowing up on Twitch, or it just blew up on Twitch, and it still has a pretty, I think it was like top 6 when I looked at the stats. It was like the top 6 game on Twitch, which is crazy. I mean, part of that has to do with like a lack of games coming out that have like sustainability, I think.
Yeah.
And then the other part of it is like the RP community continuing to blossom in the content creation space. We saw that with GTA earlier last year. We saw it with Rust this year, and it continues with Rust in GTA. No Pixel came out with their thing for GTA, which is a huge thing. And then obviously Rust is still doing RP servers, which is having a lot of viewership for that too. So the RP communities, I feel like, are carrying it. And I think Minecraft is also doing RP as well, right?
I haven't played Minecraft or watched any Minecraft streams.
I have not either, but I could have swore it was RP related why Minecraft was blown up as well. So
yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that 100%. And I really want to try out Valheim. I really want to try it out now.
Bro, you're missing out. You need to play it and you will enjoy it. The graphics are weird. I will say this: the game itself looks like, when I first played the game, when I first watched the game, actually, I was like, damn, this looks kind of janky. The game looks kind of like clumsy and clunky. But then once you actually play it yourself, the game is pretty damn smooth, and it has like some pixel art to it. I think it's by design that it gives the game a certain appeal to it, and it looks really pretty. Like, it actually looks pretty. It doesn't look as like, there are some ugly parts, but then there's some really gorgeous parts about the game. But man, for it to be in early access and be this great, it's super good, dude. Super good.
Looks like someone told me it was only $20 as well.
$20, man. 20. You can't beat that either. Can't beat the $20.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good starting point. So you might catch me on some Valheim.
Hey, let me know. Let me know. I'm down. We'll do that. Yeah. So that's Valheim, guys. If you guys haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. I mean, it is blowing up. If you need any more proof or evidence as to why the game is great, just check out literally any Twitch stream. Mine is tomorrow. I'm playing Valheim tomorrow night, by the way. Any Twitch stream, and you'll see why that game is good. It's freaking amazing, dude. Anyways, moving on though. Our next topic here is more serious in nature. This is the coronavirus in 2021. Specifically, its impact on our conventions like E3 and TwitchCon and PAX.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen with the convention this year? Obviously, the first half of the year I feel like is already kind of done. Like, no matter what, if you have a convention in the first half of the year, it's not happening. And I know BlizzCon is already happening virtually. They moved it from late last year to early this year to online only for free for everybody. But what about the end of year cons like PAX West and TwitchCon? Do you think those have a chance of happening this year?
I feel like there's a chance. I mean, if they do, it's gonna be one of those things where it's like limited. What's the word I'm looking for? Limited capacity type of thing. Or it's gonna be like kind of like the football games where is like basically like a seventh, or like, I don't know how little it was, but like it was a fraction basically of what they normally allowed in the stadium. So if they do, I'm saying if they don't actually cancel it, I feel like that's what it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be any full-on convention like before.
So you're thinking that even by the end of the year, it's not going to be completely available?
It's hard to tell.
You know, if they do like half capacity, you know how ridiculous that's going to be for people trying to get tickets? Oh my God.
Bro, yeah, it's going to be insane.
Like, I'm just thinking about PAX West. Like, that thing is huge. I mean, it's bigger than TwitchCon, I believe. And my God, imagine half of the people trying to get, like, same amount of people trying to get half of the tickets. That's a madhouse, dude. As a madhouse. I mean, it makes sense though. It makes sense. You take the sports approach and either like you do it in a very like I mean, you do a specific head count basically.
We might see a big turnaround, this summer.
We need the vaccines, boys and girls. We need the vaccines. Biden said today that he said he wasn't promising any normalcy until the end of the year. So he's like, by Christmas things should start getting back to normal, which again goes back in line with what you're saying. Like, probably not going to happen. If it does happen, it's going to be super limited capacity, which is freaking sad. Because we're going to go on basically 2 years of no conventions, man. And I don't know about you guys, but I freaking love the conventions, the gaming conventions.
I've been wanting to go on.
You've never been, and then even if you, man, you gotta go, dude. You have to go. It makes the whole streaming and content creation thing is like a full circle thing. Like you meet up with fellow content creators like yourself and some of your viewers that may go, and you guys just have a good time and relax. And you learn about other games that are coming out too. They have a bunch of booths there. It's gaming focused. TwitchCon specifically is streaming focused, and it's really cool because they give you different there's different tools you use for streaming. They introduce new things to help you entertain your audiences better and better statistics, or like even like if you want to like throw tournaments and stuff like. They just have a bunch of different things out there that you can do for TwitchCon. And the after parties after the convention hours are over are freaking amazing too, because you have all these companies sponsoring a bunch of parties for people to go to as well. So there's always that part to look forward to after each and every day at the convention center as well. So it's just a great opportunity to get out there, mingle with people, network with people, and then also have a good time.
Yep.
Man, it's so good.
I would love to go.
PAX West is a different story though. PAX West is just a dumping ground of like indie and mainstream games, of like nothing but demos and showcases of like upcoming games, which is like, it's like a gold mine for gaming. Like literally, like any game that you're thinking about and you're not sure of, or even games you haven't heard about are showcased there, and you get to like demo those, or you get to get demonstration. You can talk to the devs and shit. It's pretty cool. PAX West is super cool. I highly recommend you do a PAX West and a TwitchCon, man, if you get a chance. So good.
Oh shit.
All right, so let's move on here. Then the next one is gonna be the the DOTA animated series. Did you hear about that yet? I don't know if you guys heard about that.
The DOTA animated series.
Dude, did you hear about that, dude? DOTA animated series, bro. He's over here dying right now. What happened? The DOTA animated series, bro.
I'm sorry, I just see Wizzy just to do the LOL, and I know what he's laughing at, but no, I didn't see the DOTA one. Oh wait, no, I saw the link for it. I have a little bit more knowledge on the.
Wow, Dread said it'll probably be more entertaining than the game. That's a savage take. Okay, so that was announced yesterday. So DOTA announced their animated series. It's coming out on Netflix in March, and I just want to say, like, if there was any case to make about MOBAs and their popularity, I'll just say this: League of Legends announced an animated series last year. That's, I think, coming out this year, or if not next year. And then DOTA announces their animated series, and it's coming out this year as well. MOBAs are stupid popular, and even DOTA, for the people that do not like DOTA is still freaking popular. It's one of the top games on Steam. Like every day, if you look at the top games chart, it's like always top like 3 on the Steam chart. So I just think that's pretty amazing that they're able to transform a game into another medium, another entertainment medium for folks to consume and go forward. So this could eventually lead to movies for like League of Legends and Dota, man. Like imagine a League of Legends movie you watch at the movie theater. I don't know if movie theaters are gonna be around after Rona, but let's assume movie theaters are still here. Imagine freaking seeing like Timo on the fucking big screen, or a Mumu on the big screen. That'd be kind of crazy. Dude.
I can't wait for the League animated series. I really can.
I'm more of a League bandwagon for sure. And they got a lot of the Marvel people like writing their stuff and doing their animation and stuff. So like they have a lot of like comic like
they got money.
They got a lot of experience in it, dude. It's gonna be crazy. Dude.
I don't know how great League cinematics and stuff are.
They've been getting better. They used to be dog, but they're actually really good now. They used to be really bad, and they have actually stepped up their game in recent years for sure. And like obviously every cinematic in the past couple years have been like top notch. I can't imagine how the animated series is gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. So
there you go.
We gotta find out when it is. I gotta find out when the League anime series was good, because it was supposed to come out, I want to say late last year, but they pushed it to this year, and I think it comes out this year. I just don't know the date yet. What's your favorite animated series of all time? It can be anime or animated series.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot,
Favorite
man. And
anime?
everybody in the chat too, what's your guys' favorite animated series of all time? These questions for everybody.
I mean, I gotta say, I mean, right now it's gotta be Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, let's
It's
go.
gotta be Hunter x Hunter, man. I've been have the
Animaniacs.
on profile picture in Discord, the animated one with adult Gon. I don't know if you taking a look at it, but
I need to take a look at that. I mean, I do have the Hunter. I do have the Hunter x Hunter emotes, bro. I mean,
you do.
I do have it.
I fucked with you because I was like, oh hell yeah, that's what's up.
I do have it, man.
It's gotta be up there. It's probably my number one. I don't know. I've been watching so many lately, I feel like, and like I like so many right now. And is anyone else watching Black Clover right now? Is anyone else
I've watched Black Clover. Yeah, I like Black Clover. I hated that anime when it first came out. That thing was trash when it first came out.
First 40 episodes, rough. But after that, solid. And right now where we're at is so fucking badass.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets better. For sure. Oh, yeah, we got Animaniacs in the chat, Overlord, X-Men. Ooh, X-Men. I like X-Men. That's an old school. Rin Daughters of the I have no idea what that is. Chronic, I've never heard of that one either. Actually, never heard of that. I'm with you on Hunter x Hunter, but I think it's like top 3 for me, honestly. I think it's number 3 for me. It takes a back seat to Attack on Titan and Gundam.
Yeah.
I can't.
Definitely good. Gundam, man, I haven't watched Gundam in.
Oh my god, you gotta watch Iron Blooded Orphans. Iron Blooded Orphans is the most recent one they had come out, and it's so good, dude. So good. If you like politics along with like mech fighting and shit, then you're gonna love it. You'll love it. And more politics than anything, which I like the most about that, and that's why I like Attack on Titan, because it's like super political as well. Yeah. Oh, so good. Oh, we got another Overlord. We got Overlord homies in the chat, man. I've watched Overlord. I've watched like a few episodes of Overlord. I can't get into it, man. I haven't got into it.
I've never even heard of Overlord. What is this?
Wait, GT says Orphans was bad. You're crazy, GT. I like Orphans. This is a good one. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, GT. It's not my favorite of the Gundam, but I'm saying that was the most recent one. I thought it was pretty good. Ooh, hopefully you like AOT, Paul. It's really good. One Piece? Oh my god, he's a One Piece fan here. One Piece fans. Overlord's great if you've been a victim of pay to win.
See, I want to start One Piece. I want to watch it.
I do too.
I do too. And I'm just like, okay, that's almost 1,000 episodes.
Right? Like, dude, it's intimidating, bro. It's intimidating. Okay. Give me a non-anime animated series that is like one of your favorites, like that you ever watched.
Non-animated series.
Yeah, non-anime animated series.
So I'm not gonna be cliche. I mean, we all love The Office, so I'm not gonna say The Office.
No. Non-anime animated series. So like a cartoon. Yeah, a cartoon series. Yeah, give me a cartoon. Give me a cartoon. Yeah.
Okay, cartoon. Oh, man, I mean,
Paul said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Teen Titans.
I've always fucking loved. These are my top 3 non. I mean, I don't know if they count as anime or not, but cartoon. I feel like they're cartoon. But God, there's so many good ones, bro. I fucking like Family Guy. You got Archer.
Yeah.
South
Okay.
Park,
So you like that adult animation? I got you.
Oh yeah, bro.
The adult themed animation.
Haven't watched in a while.
Yeah.
I've watched pretty much every episode of Archer, pretty much every episode of Family Guy, South Park.
Teen Titans. I got some Teen Titans people here. Teen Titans is pretty good. Regular show, Avatar. Oh yeah, Avatar was a good one. But I could kind of consider that anime-ish. But I could see it being animated. It's not really anime.
I feel like Avatar is anime.
It's borderline. It's borderline anime for sure. South Park.
It's only borderline because is it American made?
Yeah, it's American made. Yeah, for sure.
That's the reason why. In any other instance of it though, I feel like it's anime. And other than the fact that they don't speak Japanese.
I think there's some the episode structure was different too.
Rick and Morty. Fuck yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah, Rick and Morty too. Hey, Rick and Morty's always good too.
About Rick and Morty.
Hey, Chronic said mine. Chronic said mine.
I'm not a real fan.
My favorite animated series when I was a kid was Batman, the animated series, like the original, the animated series. It was super dark. Like for me watching that as a kid, that shit was scary. Like there was some adult like concepts in that show. I was like, what the heck is going on? Like killing and all that stuff. It was pretty hype.
You want to talk about scary cartoons as a kid growing up, but you still loved it, was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Dude, Courage was great. That was just, you know why Courage was scary? Because it was so like weird. It made you feel uncomfortable with some of the characters.
Exactly. What was that guy Fred with like the blonde hair with like the clippers and stuff? And he just like always talked like real slow and had like the big creepy smile.
Yeah, dude, it was just so creepy, dude.
There were some feel good episodes like Little Muriel with the mac and cheese.
Dude,
and,
I was my daughters actually like Courage, and they've been watching it, and I've been watching some of the episodes with them that I haven't. No, they actually do. They like Courage, and they were watching Courage with me, and I was like, dude, we watched this one with frogs. Like they took over like their house and they turned them into frogs, or they were like turning into frogs, and they were trying to cook them to eat them, I guess. And it was just so weird, dude. It was like a killer frogs like taking over their house. I'm like, dude, I forgot how weird this show was. It's just bananas, dude. It's like insane. I was like, whoever wrote this show had to be on like acid trips on the daily. Like he had to be like on some good stuff, man. He was like heavily medicated, or he was just like tripping out every day. Like this guy went to Burning Man every year. Like he was just on one, dude. Like I'm
scared the fuck out of kids, but they're loving it.
Right, you're writing borderline creepy ass shit for kids, but it doesn't cross that super creepy line that people like protest it. It's like right there in the line. It's like, is this disturbing? But it's not like extremely disturbing.
Oh man, that's perfect.
That shit is crazy, dude. That shit is crazy. All right. Moving on though. Yeah, I like your guys'. I like everybody's suggestions. You guys give good stuff, and I like Gundam Seed, by the way. DT Seed is super freaking good. Wing was good too, but it wasn't as good as Seed. I like Seed. Seed was really good. We're gonna move on to upcoming game releases, guys. Did anybody watch the Nintendo Direct today? Anybody watch that today?
I did not. I didn't even know about
You're
it.
lucky, because it was trash. The Nintendo Direct was trash. I do want to hear anybody argue with me. That shit was so resident sleeper. Like the announcements they had were few and far between that were actually any good. But like the two big things I liked about it, there was this triple triangle like strategy. What was it called? I'll give you the exact name. Hold on 1 second. There was this one thing that they announced that was actually really good, and it was called. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it right now. It was called. Oh yeah, Project Triangle Strategy. That's what it was called. Project Triangle Strategy was what it was called. And this was like a game harking back to like Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know if you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, but it was like that. To where you like had turn-based, like grid-based movements and stuff like that. So that game looked really good because it was mixed between Fire Emblem and like Final Fantasy Tactics. They talked about Mario Golf. But I like golf games for some reason. I don't know why, but golf games are kind of cool and chill. So I thought that was pretty hype. And they had a bunch of other stuff that wasn't really great, like Plants vs Zombies for my daughter. They announced what was that last game they announced at the end? This all just happened today too, so my memory's a little spotty on it. There's a number 3. What was it called? It was the one where they shoot paint at each other. Oh my goodness, I can't think.
I wish I watched it, man.
Yeah, you're glad you didn't watch it because it was super. Oh yeah, Splatoon 3. There you go. Splatoon 3. Yeah, Splatoon 3 was announced. Yeah, I'm glad you should be glad you didn't watch it because it was like a really. I wish I could have skipped a lot of it. And if you go watch the video, you should be able to skip through like most of it. So like that could have been like condensed down to 20 minutes. It was like a 50-minute long direct with about 30 minutes of it being kind of resident sleeper. So yeah, that was the Nintendo Direct release. But things I was sad it didn't get announced. Harvest Moon. One World is coming out, man. I don't know if you're into crafting and like farming and stuff, but the original thing that started it off was Harvest Moon. They're coming out with that. It's coming out in March. Pokemon Snap in April. Are you a Pokemon guy?
I enjoy Pokemon. Yeah, I played Pokemon Blue back in the day.
You never played the new ones? Oh, you gotta play the new ones, bro. Get yourself a Switch when you get a chance, man. They're so good. The freaking Pokemon Snap comes out in April.
I did play Pokemon Go as well when it came out.
Oh, did you play that? I played it too for like 2 days.
Fuck. Bro, I played the fuck out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got like really high level like really quick. I got like level like 27 like in the first like month.
Damn. Okay. You were hardcore. You were way more hardcore than me. I played for like a couple weeks and then I fell off.
I had 2 Gyarados, man. You know how many fucking Magikarp I had to catch for 2 Gyarados?
Damn, that's insane, dude. That is insane. Okay, you were hardcore for sure. There's some people that still play Go to this day. I think they reported like over $1 billion in revenue for Pokemon Go last year. So people are still playing the fuck out of the game.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I believe it. But Pokemon Snap, there's a new. I remember seeing a.
Did you play the original, or you hear about the original back in the day?
I remember the original back in the day, but I never actually played it. I never. Yeah, we just never.
It was an adorable game.
I got a whole lot of new games, a lot.
No, I feel you. I played at my friend's house a lot. I played with my rich friends all the time. I played all these games with rich friends. I would get a couple games here and there, and then we go play all the rest of the games at my friend's house.
Exactly.
Go play with the rich homies, man. You always had that one rich friend that had like every game or every console. So that's where we'd go. Yeah, exactly. There's always a kid on the block that had everything, and everybody would be at his house.
There's all the juice in the he had all the juices and sodas if you wanted.
Exactly. Like everybody wanted to stay the night at his house and just game all night. That was it, man. That's what we did. We all went there and chilled. But yeah, Pokemon Snap comes out in April, which I'm excited for because it's kind of like a throwback to the original. I think it was back on 64, if I'm not mistaken. And then another big one coming out in May, which is not something that I normally would be excited for, but it looks freaking good. Resident Evil Village. Are you in a Resident Evil game? Are you in a Resident Evil at all?
I feel like a disgrace of a game. I've actually never played a Resident Evil game.
You've never played Resident Evil?
I've never played Resident Evil other than like at arcades. I've never played Resident Evil.
Oh my goodness, that is insane, dude. You gotta go back. Okay, so you got homework to do, man. You got a lot of work to do. Some of these old games, bro. You gotta go back and experience some of these old games in your free time, whenever that is. You don't have any free time. No, there's some remakes that came out that are actually palatable. Like they remade Resident Evil 1 and 2. I think they remade 3, or they are remaking 3. Oh, they did remake 3. Okay. So you could go back and play the remakes. You don't necessarily have to play the originals because the originals were pretty clunky. Resident Evil 5 is a good one too. Yeah, it's a co-op as well. I actually didn't play 5. I stopped playing at 4. So I played 1 through 4, and then I kind of fell off the Resident Evil wagon. But this Resident Evil Village game looks freaking scary. I don't know if you've seen anything about it. I don't know if you've seen people being cosplaying as a vampire lady that's like super tall and stuff. Like there's been a lot of hype behind this game, and it looks freaking scary. It's basically it looks like you're like lost in the forest or something like that in some frozen tundra area, and you run up on this village, and this village is like all like possessed and all kind of crazy shit. And there's vampires, and there's obviously zombies and all this supernatural shit that wants to kill you. And that's Resident Evil Village, and it looks freaking hype though. I mean, I did a poor description of it, but it does look good. It looks pretty damn exciting. It looks like it's gonna be a big hit when it comes out in May. So that's one of the big upcoming releases. Monster Hunter Rise wasn't that good to me, GT. I saw the preview for it today. It would look kind of meh, and it's gonna be on Switch, so it's probably gonna run at like 10 FPS, and like have 480p at best. It's gonna be rough on the Switch.
What I was gonna say is I don't think that we have a release date for it yet or anything or any more information. But one game I'm still waiting on more information is Elden Ring.
Ooh, yeah, I know that's a big low key like a secret for a while, hasn't it? It's like,
bro, they released the fucking like trailer.
Yeah,
like,
they haven't said shit since.
And then they haven't said shit since. Exactly. Like honestly,
isn't it supposed to be like a Souls game? Is it like a Souls game or no?
It's a Souls game made by the guy. It's the same. It's from Software. It's the same writer that did all the Souls games, but he's also teaming up with George R. George.
Oh yeah, from Game of Thrones. Yeah, the writer for Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Wait. Are you a Souls guy? Have you played Souls games before?
Yeah. I played Dark Souls, the first one. I never played the original Demon Souls. I beat Dark Souls 2, and then I beat Dark Souls 3. I don't know how many times I beat Bloodborne, Sekiro. But yeah, so I'm
okay.
I'm
so you like Souls-esque games? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you too. I'm gonna lose some gamer cred here right now. I've never played a Souls game, and nor have I been interested in ever playing a Souls type game ever in my life, because I feel like I would just like break something after a certain point in that game. And
bro, they can be very difficult, and you.
Bro, okay, if anybody's ever seen me play League of Legends, I die constantly. That's kind of like the running thing in my community, is like I'm always dying. I'm literally gray screen simulator all day.
Gray screen simulator all day. Okay.
I can't imagine playing a Souls game where part of the mechanic is dying constantly, because that's literally what I do in all my other streams. I want to do something besides die, and I think that would just frustrate the hell out of me, because you know, boomers go boomer. You know what I mean? You got no skill.
controller.
Yeah. I actually started off on the controller, so controller wouldn't be bad, but mouse and keyboard, whoo, we're gonna die a lot on mouse and keyboard.
With Dark Souls games, it's pretty much they're pretty much all typically made optimized for controllers. So just FYI.
Oh, okay. So it's better to play it on controller.
Done on mouse and keyboard, but they're made for mouse.
Got it. Okay, so maybe that would be different for me then. I need to get a better controller. I have like a plugged in like old like Xbox controller. I need to switch it up. I need to get the new fancy one. But yeah, I definitely I might have to try that one day. Maybe Elden Ring. We'll see. We'll see how Elden Ring looks. I'll try Elden Ring. I'm not trying any of the Souls shit, man. That's too hardcore.
Elden Ring is dude. You saw the trailer. You saw the video for it.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's sexy. It's a sexy video. Very sexy video.
It's so subtle too.
Yes, it's perfect. It's a perfect teaser.
Got a little sidetrack there.
It's perfect, dude. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, any other games you're looking forward to? I mean, this new game come out in 2022 that they announced at the Nintendo Direct, the Project Triple Strategy or Triangle Strategy. I think that's gonna be a good game if you like tactical games. Like I'm a tactical game nerd, so I like that. But it doesn't come out till 2022, so there's a demo out for it right now, but it won't be out till 2022. But that's a game on my list now that I'm gonna be watching. Oh yeah, Nier Automata. That's also that's a good one too. I mean, that's kind of, is it a new Nier or is it a re-release? Because I never played the original, and I don't know if I would like play through it, but it looks kind of interesting though for sure.
Let me double check. But a friend of mine was telling me that a new Stronghold Crusader game was coming out.
Stronghold. Oh, I played Stronghold back in the day, dude. Those are the games you played on your PC back in the day, dude. You remember we get those little packs from Walmart that had all like these strategy games in them? Like Stronghold would be one of those games in that strategy pack that you got, dude. It was like a little gaming chest. You would like strategy game chest, and it had all these strategy games in it, or all these action games in it, or all these FPS games like that. I used to get that shit all the time. That's tight.
There was one called Stronghold Crusader that I played a lot, and I don't know. There's supposedly a friend of mine was telling me there's a new one coming out, so I'm looking for more information about that. But
so that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Yeah, that's cool. And then a new Age of Empires is also in the works too. So if you guys like Age of Empires, that's also coming out. So a lot of interesting games. But I'll tell you right now, the 2020 and the first 2 months of 2021 have been extremely slow in game releases that are like blockbuster game releases. And one final comment on like game releases in general. I don't understand why publishers do not release games in the first quarter of the year. I want to see where the statistics say that it's bad to release games in this window, because I feel like everybody's just fiending for any game to be good. And you have games like Valheim capitalizing on this because there is no other game to play. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing else out there that's good to play. So everybody's like, let's play Valheim. Everybody's play Valheim. And now they have like 2 million copies sold.
Like they all like are always trying to push like that fall winter sale and holidays,
yeah, and they cram everything in the holiday sales, but then they're like the rest of the year is just like, well, the other 9 months of the year are kind of like, well, fuck me, it's like, what am I gonna play?
Oh, yeah.
What am I gonna play?
It can be I don't know,
it's actually insane, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. If any publisher ever stumbles across this video, please reconsider releasing games in January through March. Capcom has done it in the past. If you remember, Monster Hunter World came out in January, and then the year later Resident Evil 2 came out in January, and both of those games are huge successes. I mean, they were going to be successful no matter when they released, but even more successful because of the time window they came out. It gives people time to play those games specifically and by themselves, and they get more advertising off of that from like streamers and stuff, because that's the really only game that there is to play right now. So people actually are taking their time through the games and not rushing through them. So from a marketing and business standpoint, it makes sense to do it. Unless there's statistics somewhere that they have that shows like people buy way less in the first quarter of the year, then it doesn't make any sense. So hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, because I know Capcom has done it. So start releasing games early in the year, so we're not dying for games for most of the year. And then I only get to choose like 1 or 2 games I want to play like at the end of the year. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I completely agree that there should definitely be more. Oh my God, I can't talk. There should definitely be more releases in the early part of the year as well as like in the mid. It is like I said, because people have already probably also kind of what Wizzy said right now, especially with the pandemic, more people are gaming. They have a lot more time on their hands. So
it makes no sense, right? It feels like I think Hassan had said this on Twitter too earlier. He's like, it feels like all the game developers and publishers are not taking advantage of this golden opportunity to like capitalize on these people that have money to spend on games. You know what I mean? Like there's so much opportunity here, and like nobody's really capitalizing on it to like, hey, let's get this thing going. Let's release some shit and get this party rolling. I know game development takes time, but you would think like after what happened in 2020 that they can, you know, speed some of these things up and add more resources somewhere to really profit off of this opportunity where everybody's literally available to play games, you know? Break the mold, no more market analysis, release a game because you're dreaming your passion, not the line pocket cyber. Yeah, but unfortunately it goes down to what your bottom line is at the end of the day. They got to sell those stocks. Stonks only go up, you know what I mean? So unfortunately that's the reality that the publisher is like, we got shareholders to please, we need to increase our stock price. So that's what it is. So unfortunately that's the reality we live in. Anyways, all right, let's move on to our last topic of the night. I want to end it with some league news. I know this will run a little bit long. We'll shorten these up going forward. I do apologize about that. I know we did ramble on a little bit, but I want to talk about the Riot balance team and your early impressions on season 11 ranked. So we don't have to make this one super long, but I just want to kind of quickly touch on some league news and some not necessarily news, but just kind of opinions and how you feel so far about the league season, since we're both League of Legends players here. I think, are you muted?
I just want to say, anyone from Riot is watching this at any point in time, live or later on a recording. Fuck you. I'm kidding, sorry. But seriously, they completely gutted my boy Mumu, and then they gutted the items, which were really the problem. And then they just left him alone, and so now he's completely trash, unless you have like a team that knows how to like follow up and capitalize on the play. But other than that, I mean, the season point at this point now, it definitely feels, I don't feel like it's super unbalanced, but I don't know. I'm just mad that they gutted Mumu and then they nerfed the items and then they still haven't brought him back.
So you feel like the season's okay, just they targeted your champion and it kind of ruined him for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about your rank season so far? How's your climb going? What rank are you currently?
I'm gold 2, but it's been a struggle, honestly. I placed gold 3. I'm gold 2 now, but I'm pretty much hard stuck at the moment.
I feel your pain. My first
40 games or so, I was playing a Mumu and trying to be like, all right, he's still good.
You're gonna force it. You're trying to force a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, I was trying to force it, and I had like a 40% win rate with him, and so I was like, after that, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I should probably stop playing him right now and like wait for him to get better.
That's rough, dude. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat with you on that though too. Like I think the balance team is overlooking like obvious issues with the meta right now. I think jungle champions in general are busted. Like, and it's mostly because of the items that they have access to. I feel like any items that are giving you movement speed right now are super OP busted on jungle champions, specifically like Udyr, Hecarim, Skarner that just got nerfed because he was even more OP. Like all these champions that have to get on top of you to do damage and really hurt you, like they have so much opportunity to get move speed in their items that it just makes them unbalanceable at this point, to where you either got to nerf those champions in the ground to make them completely unplayable, or you got to rework these all these items that they have access to. So I mean, Riot balance team, if you're listening, please fix the jungle. It's broken. And then you got your Kha'Zix and your Rengars and then the people abusing Duskblade. Like it's insane, dude. It is insane. Where you get this like one shot out of nowhere, or like even Shaco does that too. So it's just so irritating.
Yeah.
It's
to Chronic. Amumu, like he was super OP, but it was because of the items.
Yeah, items. The items are super busted. The item, yeah.
Himself, and then like then they nerfed the items after the fact, but they didn't.
They never gave him both. They always do that though too. Like they'll nerf a champion, and then they realize it wasn't the champion, and then they'll nerf the items that the champion was using, and they never go back and fix that champion until like way later. It always happens like that, dude. It's basically like a double nerf. Living the Yordle life.
Hey, there's 3 lore stories for Amumu. It's actually undecided if he's actually a Yordle or a small child.
I will say he's a Yordle because you played Teemo, so he's that Yordle. He's the Yordle guy. He likes Teemo.
To the story say he's a Yordle though. I will say
He's a he like Teemo and Amumu, and who else? Or is that the two? Is that just the two you like?
Those are my two mains for sure.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that's pretty much. I play a lot of other people. I've been playing since Amumu has been. I haven't been playing him. I've been playing a lot of Sejuani, Vi, and Hecarim in jungle.
Dude, Hecarim feels really, really busted. So I would definitely ban the Ferrari if you ever get a chance. Ban the Ferrari in your games. Ban the Udyr in your games. And then if you don't like Kha'Zix like me and you're super squishy, ban the Kha'Zix. That's what I usually do. But yeah, I mean, same for me real quick. My rank season has been rough. Hey, Moch, thanks so much for the host. Appreciate it. I placed gold 4, which is the highest ever placed to start a season, but I've been spinning my wheels in gold 4 and gold 3 the entire season, going from gold 4 to gold 3, then back to gold 4, then back to gold 3, then back to gold 4. I've been ping-ponging back between those two. So it's been an interesting freaking season so far, but I think all in all, the season feels semi-balanced other than the jungle problems. If they fix the itemization with the junglers, I think it'll be okay. I think it's not necessarily the junglers being broken. I think it's the items being broken that need to be fixed. And if they fix those items, then those junglers will come back in line with everybody else. So hopefully they address that
as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, Gorging for sure. Like I said, it's an item issue. They never completely resolved during the preseason, unfortunately. And now we're feeling the effects of it right now. So yeah, I mean that's our league piece, if you will, or our league rant, if you will. So I mean, before we wrap things up, because I know we're running really long here, do you have any other topics you want to bring up before we wrap it up?
No, I think that was pretty good. I mean, I really enjoyed this myself. It was pretty fun.
We will make sure to make this less scuffed in the future, and hopefully I don't get any more blue screens of death in the middle of our presentations. And then we'll bring on additional guests to the show as well. We want to get people's opinions on things, kind of give them the floor to speak their minds on certain things as well. So we'll have an agenda, we'll have an outline of what we want to talk about in the future. And if you guys have topics that you think are interesting that we'll like to talk about as well, bring them on. The more controversial, the better. The more drama. Yeah, the more drama it creates, the better, because those are the juicy conversations where everybody has an opposing opinion. I was surprised actually that GreenBuff and I had a lot of similar opinions. I thought we may have had a few different opinions in certain topics, but we ended up being on the same page with a lot of those things, and that's not bad. But I definitely love to see other people's opinions like that don't necessarily agree with me on this. So I definitely want to check out what our guests have to say on certain topics. And like I said, if it's controversial, if there's no right side to it, it's even better, because like every side has their own opinion and every side could be right or wrong. So just let us know what you guys want to hear. Let us know what topics interest you, as long as it's like streaming related, gaming related, or even League of Legends related. We'll be more than glad to talk about it. And we'll definitely work to make these shorter in the future, because I'm trying to shoot for like 45 minutes or less, and we went way over this time because I like to ramble too much, so I apologize about that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you all for being here tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday, and our guest will be TBD. I'll keep you guys posted on who the guest will be. I have a few people in mind. We'll just reach out to them and work with their schedules and see if we can get them on. But thank you again, Mr. GreenBuff. Before we go, do you want to do a shout out, let everybody know where they can find you?
Oh yeah, my name is GreenBuffOP, pretty much on all socials, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok even. I have been doing some TikToks. So yeah,
awesome, man.
On any of those, and yeah, have a great night, everyone. It's been a pleasure, and till next time.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. Appreciate you a lot, man. And then for everybody that is new here, maybe doesn't know me, my name is Steven, aka Daddy Steve. I stream on Twitch Wednesday through Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. We play a variety of different games, League of Legends being the main game, and we are running back this podcast. GreenBuff and I are co-hosting this podcast every week. We'll have a weekly show for you as much as possible, because sometimes there's slow weeks of news, so we don't want to just force it if there's nothing there. But we'll try to keep a consistent schedule for you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Bye.